Hey everybody, what are you doing today? My name is Buddy Blackford and this is After Effects CS6, and today I want to teach you about the displacement map compound effect. And a compound effect, from which you can find about more in my last tutorial, it's pretty much an effect that uses another layer to affect it even more. And you have to have another layer on the effect to have it actually work. Now, sometimes the layers that you pick need to be like have certain properties or be a certain way, and this is true with the displacement map. So we're going to create something like this displacement effect that I have on this text here, and what it does is it displaces where the actual text is and moves it around. So I'll just do a quick play on this and you can see what's going on. The actual text moves around. Let me zoom in actually, so that it's actually moving around the edges and everything like that. So that's pretty cool looking, I guess. So let's I don't know, let's get started and I'll show you how to do it. So we're just gonna create some regular text. I'm gonna delete everything off. So just pick some text. I'm gonna delete all my other stuff. I have my layers shied so that all the extra stuff doesn't all of it doesn't show up, like, so it doesn't confuse you. So I got like stuff for other tutorials in here that I don't want to confuse everybody, so I shy those layers so you don't have to look at them. So right now we're starting off with a regular piece of text. Let me throw the displacement map effect on there by typing in displace, and then it's under this section called distort and displacement map, and we'll put it right on the text. Now, as the first layer or first property here, we need a displacement map layer. And if we come down to the next property, we can use the red, green, blue, or alpha channel for displacement layer, luminance hue, lightness, saturation, and all these other things here. So remember that when you're using picking something for your displacement map, it doesn't have to be just like a black and white image. It could be like something that's like red and black or something like that, depending on what channel you want to use. So I'm gonna create a displacement map using fractal noise because that's pretty cool looking. So what we're gonna do is go to layer, we're gonna go to a new solid, and we're gonna call this fractal noise. Make sure it's the comp size and hit OK. And it gives us some white here. Man, I didn't even spell fractal right, but it doesn't matter. Let's go to effect, and we're gonna go to noise and grain. We're gonna go to fractal noise. Now I used fractal noise to make smoke in the creepy logo tutorial, and I could have used it to mess around with the edges if I wanted to, but I didn't. I wanted to show you like another effect and besides fractal noise to be able to do that with, and I was hoping that you guys might have been able to figure it out, that you could have done that on your own, but I didn't show the distortion yet back in that tutorial, or compound effects for that matter. So let's get on with it. We're gonna put this to smeary, so fractal type to smeary, and it gives us like this gross looking thing. Noise type soft linear, keep it like that. We can up the contrast a little. And if we look in here, there's a lot of extra like small lines in here, and these small lines, like this stuff, is gonna affect how much it like affects our text. And this is like too much. We don't want this much for it to affect our text. So we're gonna come down here into the subsettings, which is going to manage these small lines. We're gonna set all this stuff to 0. See, and now we get all this plain stuff. So that's all you had to do was these two and set them at 0. Now we can mess with our contrast a little bit to get what we want. Maybe we want something like this. Then we've got our complexity here that we can mess around with. Let's see. Yeah, not really doing too much with the complexity. I'll just keep it where it was. Make up my contrast a little more. So I got that at 128. And then what I want to do is keyframe the evolution. So I'll come start a keyframe at the beginning and then come to the end of my stuff here. So I'm about 7 seconds in, so that's good for a half a revolution. And that's what it looks like. So that's pretty cool looking. Now if I go to the red channel and just look at that by clicking on this button here and going to the red channel, you can see that it's still in black and white and everything like that, so we can use the red channel or the green or blue or whatever. If we go to alpha, however, there is no alpha for this because it's a white solid, so we can't use alpha. So let me go back to the regular. Now you might think that you can just put on the fractal noise layer, hide it, and it'll affect the layer. But for a reason for the displacement map, it doesn't do it like that. And you're like, oh, come on, man, now I gotta do more stuff. Yep, you gotta do more stuff. So we've got our fractal or displacement map effect that actually looks at a layer when it starts out. So the effect that's placed on it isn't looked at. What we're going to have to do is pre-compose the fractal noise and move all its attributes into the next layer. Now, I'm showing you like a real life kind of problem that happens when that you need to use pre-comping to solve the problem. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to pre-compose this. And if you haven't read about pre-composing, which I'm not going to get into a lot in this tutorial, I made a few tutorials, I don't know, like 10 back or something like that about this. So learn about pre-composing, and it helps you fix a lot of problems that you might be having in your compositions. So we're going to go to pre-compose. We're going to move all the attributes into the new composition, and we'll just name this fractal map. Hit OK. And now the displacement map automatically picked our fractal map, and if I move now, our text is getting displaced, so that's really cool. You can mess around with the amount of displacement, but if you use it too much with the fractal noise, it's gonna just screw it up. So keep those at a low, something low. As you can see, I've got red and green being used. They're both black and white in those channels, so that's fine. We could use luminance, and that would work also. Luminance looks the coolest, I guess. Let me give you a quick preview of this. Hopefully it renders fast. Looks like it's going to. Yeah, so that's what we got going on there. And we got like some like creepy effect going on there. And you can use other types of fractal noise to create effects like this with your displacement map layer. You can also use video if you would like to use that as the displacement map layer, and everything doesn't have to be animated for the displacement map layer to work like that correctly either. It'll just be like a static displacement. Now we've got this map behavior here, which will give us 3 options, and you can mess with those. If your displacement map is like larger or smaller, you can use the center map to just put it in the center of your comp here. We can't see it right now because it's obviously only affecting the displacement of this here, but we got the stretch map to fit, so you can use that if your map is too small, and then the tile will tile it across also if your map is too small. So these are mainly for if your map is just not as the size of your comp. The wrap pixels around will show the ones that are cut off at the top. So I mean, for this instance it doesn't work out, obviously. And the expand output don't even have to worry about that for now, really. So just let's uncheck it and see if anything even actually happens with our text. Nah, I didn't think so. So that's how you use your displacement map. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create another displacement map with turbulent displace, which you can see over here in our effects and presets. And it'll do kind of like the same thing, but you don't have to use your fractal map or anything like that. But you don't have as much control if you don't use like a custom map. So it's up to you which one you use, and I'll get to that tutorial in a second. So see you guys at that one. Thanks for watching this one, and subscribe if you want more tutorials. See you later.